With a new Yeti, Hog, and Ice Golem level, the Super Hogs have never been stronger. So this is your only guide for the Super Hogs post update to 3-star any base no matter your town hall level. To kick things off, let's start with each hero's best build when using this attack. Starting with the Barbarian King, we have the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. This combo works very well considering it can break open walls while doing big damage in the process, which is perfect for hero dives. Additionally, you can also run the Giant Gauntlet and Rage Vial as an alternative set. As for his pets, I recommend you use this at all town hall levels. Next up is the Archer Queen, where I recommend running her Magic Mirror and Healer Puppet combo. This gives your queen a ton of survivability in addition to being able to deal huge damage. This will allow her to do a lot behind tanks like Yetis that can synergize well with the queen in removing defenses within the core. However, for her pets, I recommend using this for each town hall level. Grand Warden is rather simple as he will use the Life Gem with the Eternal Tome, which is just too good with this army. The Super Hog Riders can take full advantage of his ability to protect them via the Eternal Tome and buff each part of the troop via the Life Gem. As for the pets to run on the Warden, here's what I recommend depending on your town hall level. And of course we get to the Royal Champion, where her best is the Haste Vial with the Electro Boots. Obviously, we're running a short Royal Champion charge, and this combo enables her to do just that. We also want it to be relatively quick, so the Haste Vial allows for this to happen. Thanks to the Electro Boots being a passive, this allows her to be used during the charge and as well as a support for your Super Hogs. As for her pets, use these depending on your town hall level. With the best build out of the way, let's refocus our attention to the Royal Champion charge first. This often will be used in an area of the base to clear out a funnel. Removing key defenses, possibly like the Ricochet Cannon, Multi-Archer Tower, or even Scatter Shots can be ideal. You'll usually want to start with the Haste Vial early to get her from defense to defense quicker. For Town Hall 16 and Town Hall 17 players, the Fox will allow you to sometimes save an invisibility spell or two during the charge to get additional value. However, regardless if you have the Fox or she goes down, or you're at Town Hall 15 where you don't have the Fox, you will want to time your spells every 4 seconds to get the most out of your charge. Once you've cleared enough defenses or you run out of invisibility spells, it would be a good time to recall her back into your army. Following your Royal Champion charge, you will have your Barbarian King and Archer Queen with the Log Launcher to get additional value off the base. You will always use at least 1 to 2 Yetis to cut off the funnel for your heroes to work into the base. But if your king does wander in the wrong direction, you can often use his ability to open the walls and funnel your queen with the Log Launcher. Keep in mind that if you are going to use the Log Launcher, I often recommend taking 1 Earthquake spell to open the walls faster. This will make it easier to get your heroes and Yetis within the core of the base, which can make this strategy far more reliable. Speaking of the Log Launcher, you want to make sure that you use the Log Launcher to open a lane for your queen, and possibly the king as well, to get into the core. This allows your heroes to do plenty of work smashing core defenses and even the town hall, while also having the Yetis within the Log Launcher to do plenty of damage and tanking thanks to their new level. In addition, the Log Launcher can also activate invisibility spell towers if you're dealing with that. Outside of this should clear a large area off the base, which makes getting the Super Hogs in and smashing defenses way more consistent. Now that you've cleared a large area off the base, it's time to use your Super Hogs with the recalled Royal Champion and the Warden providing support with his protection and buffs. You can start by using your Hogs anywhere, but if you are dealing with a lot of splash early on, I recommend using an early heal as your Super Hogs move from defense to defense. This gives them plenty of time to smash down defenses while staying healthy. If you are dealing with a defensive hero early on though, I do recommend using a Headhunter there to knock them down. As they continue to move through the base, you'll want to use your Grand Warden's Eternal Tome to protect the Super Hogs from taking too much damage. Typically, I recommend using this around the core of the base as you move from defense to defense. This way, you can use a back-end heal spell to top off any super hogs and to keep them moving. You may also consider using a few headhunters within the Eternal Tome if there are heroes towards the back end that you need to take care of. This should allow you to clear remaining defenses while also housing cleanup troops like minions, archers, and even the super riders to finish off the base with time to spare. With everything explained, here is the army comp I do recommend using. You can edit this army as you wish, such as taking at least one super wall breaker or some more regular hog riders, but I'll leave a link in the description if you want to follow along with this army. But you may also find my bundle link if you want to support the channel by using code CORRUPT. It's greatly appreciated. With each part broken down, let's give you an example of how easy and destructive this army is. So for an attack like this, we're going to be starting with our Royal Champion charge with the haste vial early in order to clear some outer defenses. This way, this is going to establish enough of a funnel for our hero dive, but also will clear some great value in the process, such as the scatter shots, the ricochet cannon, etc. This is going to really help us a lot. Overall though, we do want to make sure that we're timing our invisibility spells, and once we run out, we'll start to recall her back. This way we can use a couple Yetis to clear a funnel on the right side, while on the left we use our heroes, specifically having 2 ice golems, the Apprentice Warden to provide even more HP for our heroes, and of course the log launcher containing Yetis. This has their new level, which basically makes them pretty dang strong while also providing buffs to the Yeti mites. This really does allow you to move a little bit deeper into the base. And if the king does unfortunately get targeted or going in the wrong direction, you've got his spiky ball and earthquake boots to re-control your entire attack, especially your queen and the log launcher with the Yetis. This allows you to get plenty of great value within the core and also dealing with the enemy CC in the process. This should then allow you to run your super hogs while your main portion is clearing the core. This allows you to have the Royal Champion and of course the super hogs working through. I do recommend using an early heal spell in order to keep your super hogs topped off, and you can also use a couple regular hog riders to control the pathing of your super hog riders, which is why you bring a couple. You also want to have headhunters, especially for any back-end heroes like the Minion Prince, especially under Rage. This allows you to use the Eternal Tome to protect everything as you work into a heavy DPS area, and also using a heal spell in order to prevent too much damage, especially if there is a lot of raged defenses, including the Town Hall. Otherwise though, you should be able to clear through a large area with the Super Hogs because of that HP buff, both to the Super Hog itself and to the Super Hog Riders. Other than this, just make sure you have some cleanup with things like the minions, archers, and of course any super riders and wizards, and you should be able to knock bases down with ease. Overall, Super Hogs got a huge buff in this update and can be a solid choice for any base no matter your town hall level. However, if you like to check out some other options, I recommend checking out this top 5 video right here for some more armies that weren't affected by this update.